Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fiverr. If you're new here, this is where we break down the art and science of marketing with our hosts, Liv and Max. They will help you understand marketing better, explore fresh strategies, and most importantly, drive higher conversions. So whether you're a seasoned pro, or even if you're just getting started, you're at the right place.
All right, so today we are going deep on conversion rate optimization.
CRO.
Yeah, CRO.
For landing pages and e-commerce sites.
Yeah.
So getting those clicks, making those sales.
Well, we've got this really awesome CRO checklist and guide.
Yeah.
So we're going to dig into that, pull out all the good stuff.
Sounds good. What's interesting is that CRO kind of combines data and psychology. It's not just about driving traffic.
Yeah.
It's about strategically guiding them towards a specific action, add to cart or whatever.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's unpack the CRO checklist.
Sure.
What's the first thing that stands out to you?
Probably the above the fold concept.
Okay.
You've got a tiny window to grab their attention.
Right.
Before they bounce.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like a high-pressure investor pitch.
Totally.
You have to make an impact right away.
You gotta. Imagine if you landed on a website and had no idea what they did.
Ugh, so annoying.
Yeah.
I would leave.
So what needs to be there right away in those few seconds?
Yeah, what's most important?
Okay, so first, you need a good headline that zeroes in on the user's pain point.
Got it.
Like, are you tired of X?
Yeah.
And then right after, a subheading that gives the solution.
Okay.
That's what you differentiate from the competition.
Makes sense.
And then lastly, a call to action.
That gets them to take the next step.
Exactly. And no more of those boring learn more buttons.
Right. They're in trouble.
You need action verbs, a clear value proposition, and a sense of urgency.
I see.
Oh, and visuals.
Oh, yeah.
A high-quality image or video can make all the difference.
So true. It's like the difference between reading a recipe and watching a cooking show. I'm way more likely to be inspired by the visuals.
For sure. And just as important as what you include is what you leave out.
Okay.
Clutter is a conversion killer.
I can see that. Too much text or too many confusing images would make me leave a website.
Exactly. It should be clear and focused. Don't overwhelm them. Just guide them.
Okay, so we've got their attention. We've nailed the above the fold section. Now what?
Speed.
Speed.
Website speed. It's so important nowadays.
Well, yeah, people are impatient.
They are. A 1-second delay can tank conversions by 7%.
Oh, wow.
And almost half of visitors will leave if it takes more than 3 seconds to load.
Those are scary stats.
Lost time equals lost money.
It really does.
It's a simple equation. Slow site equals lost customers and revenue.
I get it. And it makes sense we're used to instant gratification.
If we have to wait even a few seconds for a page to load, it feels like forever.
Totally. So what can people do to improve their website speed?
Lots of things.
Like what?
Optimizing images, choosing a reliable hosting platform, and fixing broken links.
Those are all pretty straightforward.
Right. One of the best things to do is minimize HTTP requests.
I'm not sure I know what that is.
Every time your browser fetches a file from your server, it adds to the loading time. So fewer requests means faster loading. And don't just test your site on your own Wi-Fi.
Oh, good point. Just because it's fast for me doesn't mean it's fast for everyone else.
Exactly. Not everyone has super fast internet, especially on their phones.
Which brings us to mobile optimization.
Mobile is huge.
I know everybody's on their phones.
Over 60% of e-commerce sales happened on mobile phones in 2023.
Wow, that's a lot.
So you can't ignore mobile optimization.
It's basically like saying goodbye to customers if you do.
You've got to make the mobile experience a priority.
Okay, how?
Responsive design that adapts to different screen sizes.
Right.
Speed optimization for mobile.
Uh-huh.
And make sure that links and forms are easy to use on a smaller screen.
So it's more than just shrinking your website down.
Yes, it's like creating a whole new storefront just for mobile shoppers.
Gotcha. And I bet a lot of companies mess that up.
They do. They might have a mobile-friendly version, but it's not a good experience.
Yeah, like trying to wear shoes 2 sizes too small. Okay, so we've got above the fold, speed, mobile. What else is on the checklist?
The call to action.
The CTA.
This is where psychology really comes into play.
Because we've all seen those generic CTAs like submit or learn more.
Yeah, those are so bad.
They don't make me want to click them.
Exactly. A good CTA blends design and psychology.
Okay.
You need action verbs, value propositions, and a sense of urgency.
So like get your free quote now.
Perfect. And always A/B test different versions.
I've never really tried that.
You should. It's really effective. For example, we tested 2 headlines. One focused on features and one focused on benefits. The benefits headline increased conversions by 15%.
15%?
Yeah.
Wow, just from changing the headline.
It's not just about what you say, it's how you say it.
That's awesome.
And think about size, font, and placement.
Okay.
A tiny button hidden in a corner will get lost. It needs to stand out and be clear.
Like, click here.
Exactly. And even big companies A/B test their CTAs.
Really?
Yeah, Bing does like 1,000 tests a month to optimize their CTAs.
1,000?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. They're serious about it. So we've covered above the fold, speed, mobile, CTAs. What's next?
Social proof.
Mm-hmm.
This is a powerful thing. It can really impact your conversion rate.
How so?
People are more likely to do something if they see others have done it successfully.
Like when you see a long line outside a restaurant, you think it must be good.
Right. It builds trust and credibility, but it's not about just adding random testimonials.
Okay.
You need to be strategic.
About what kind of social proof you use and where you put it.
Exactly. You need to think about what reassurance your customer needs at each stage.
So instead of just saying, this product is great, show why it's great.
Right. Back it up with evidence.
So they have more confidence.
Exactly. Things like real-time purchase notifications, like Sarah from California just bought this.
I've seen those.
Case studies, video testimonials, and number proof.
Trusted by 4,000 businesses, something like that.
Perfect. For example, we worked with a company that was struggling to sell a new workout machine. We added video testimonials from people who lost weight using it, and conversions jumped by 20%.
20%? That's a lot.
It is. It's all about addressing doubts and anxieties.
So that people are more likely to buy.
Exactly. Okay, so far we've talked about above the fold, content, speed, mobile, CTAs, and social proof.
That's a lot.
Now let's talk about e-commerce, CRO.
Okay, because e-commerce has its own challenges and opportunities.
It really does. Even small improvements in conversion rates can mean huge revenue growth.
Like how much?
Well, imagine doubling your conversion rate.
Okay.
You basically double your revenue without getting more traffic.
That's the kind of math I like. So what are the most important questions that e-commerce store owners should be asking themselves?
They need to think about product discovery.
Oh.
How easy is it for someone to find what they're looking for?
Right. You don't want people getting lost on your website.
No. Is the categorization clear and intuitive?
Makes sense.
And site search functionality is important. Can it handle misspellings? Can it understand what people are really searching for?
Yeah, I hate it when I get 0 results just because I made a typo.
Nobody likes that.
Yeah.
Especially on mobile, where it's so easy to make typos.
True.
And don't forget about product imagery.
The pictures?
Are they high quality? Do they show multiple views?
Do they give you a sense of the size and scale?
Exactly. Online shoppers can't touch the product.
Right, so the images have to do a lot of the work.
They do. It's all about giving them enough information to feel confident about their purchase.
That makes sense.
Then there's pricing.
Oh yeah, pricing is huge.
Does your pricing align with your target market? Even a small difference, like $9.95 versus $10, can change things.
I see that.
It's all about psychology.
Pricing psychology.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about that.
Like framing a product's price in relation to a daily expense. Less than a cup of coffee a day.
Oh, interesting.
That can really increase conversions.
Makes sense.
It makes the price feel more manageable.
So it's not just about having the lowest price.
Right.
It's about presenting it the right way.
Exactly. And lastly, we come to the cart and checkout experience.
This is where a lot of sales were lost.
Too many. You can have someone who loves your product and is ready to buy.
But then they hit a clunky checkout process.
And they're gone.
Yeah.
It needs to be smooth, especially on mobile.
Every extra step is a potential roadblock.
It really is. It's all about streamlining the process.
Making it easy.
Yes. And underpinning all of this is data.
Data is king.
Data is king.
You can't optimize what you don't measure.
That's right. It's not just about the conversion rate. It's about the entire customer journey.
Okay.
We need to look at metrics like revenue per visitor, cart abandonment rate, customer lifetime value, repeat purchase rate, and revenue attribution.
Wow, that's a lot of data.
It is, but it's all valuable.
It tells you what's happening, but also why it's happening.
Exactly.
So it's not just about you getting people to buy once. It's about understanding their journey, their motivations.
Yes.
Yeah. Building long-term loyalty.
That's what CRO is all about.
Creating a website that is optimized for conversions at every stage of the journey.
And building relationships, not just transactions.
Absolutely. We were just talking about how important data is for e-commerce CRO.
It's essential.
But how do we actually use all that data?
Well, we can use spreadsheets,
Yeah.
but there are also more advanced techniques.
Ooh, advanced. Tell me more.
Okay, so first there's A/B testing.
Right, we talked about that a little bit before.
It's really powerful. You can compare different versions of your website
Oh,
or landing pages to see which one converts better.
So you're basically doing an experiment.
Exactly. You're letting the data decide.
I like that. No guesswork.
And you can test almost anything. Headlines, images, CTAs, colors, fonts.
It's like having two chefs compete,
I like that analogy.
and the winner is the one who gets the most compliments.
That's a good way to think about it. The key is to test one thing at a time.
Right, so you know what's making a difference.
Exactly.
So what happens when you have enough data?
You start to see patterns.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe a certain type of headline works better,
Okay.
or a certain color scheme gets more clicks.
You're like a detective.
Uncovering clues.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But what if you need to look beyond just individual elements?
You mean like predicting future behavior?
Yeah, exactly.
That's where predictive modeling comes in.
Predictive modeling. Sounds futuristic.
It's like looking into the future of your business.
Whoa, hold on. How does that actually work? Do we have a crystal ball or something?
Not a crystal ball, but pretty close.
Okay.
We use statistical techniques and machine learning
Uh-huh.
to forecast future outcomes based on historical data.
Interesting.
For example, you can predict customer churn.
Customer churn, like when customers leave.
Yeah, or you can identify high-value customers.
Focus your efforts on them.
Exactly. You can even predict future sales.
Wow, that's amazing. So you can be more proactive with your marketing.
Yes, and more strategic.
See problems before they happen.
That's the goal. It's like having a roadmap for your business.
Okay, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
So we've got A/B testing and predictive modeling. What other advanced techniques are there?
Data visualization.
Visualizing the data.
It's important to be able to understand the data.
Right, because a spreadsheet full of numbers can be overwhelming.
It can. Data visualization tools turn that data into charts and graphs.
Okay.
Things that are easy to understand.
So you can see the story the data is telling.
Exactly. And when you can see the story, you can make better decisions.
That makes sense.
But sometimes, even with all the best strategies in place,
Yeah.
your conversion rates can still go down.
Ugh, that's frustrating. Why does that happen? Is it always something obvious? Like traffic dropping?
Sometimes it is,
Okay.
but sometimes it's more subtle.
What do you mean?
Well, you could have sudden traffic changes, spikes or drops,
I s-
and you might not even realize it.
Okay.
These changes can mean there's a technical issue.
Or a change in user behavior.
Exactly.
So a drop in traffic could mean something's broken on your site.
Yes. And a spike could mean you're attracting the wrong kind of visitors.
People who aren't interested in what you're selling.
Right. And then there's the competition.
Ah, yes, the competition.
Are they doing something new that's stealing your customers?
I never thought about that.
It happens all the time.
So you need to stay on top of what your competitors are doing.
Absolutely. The online landscape is always changing.
What about targeting? Could that be a reason for a dip in conversions?
Definitely.
You're not reaching the right people.
Exactly.
It's like trying to sell ice to Eskimos.
Perfect analogy.
So how do you make sure you're targeting the right audience?
You need to really understand your target market.
Their demographics, interests, pain points, and all that.
Yes, and once you understand them, you can tailor your marketing to their needs. And we can't forget about those sneaky technical glitches.
Those are the worst.
They can really kill your conversion rate.
Like what?
A broken link, a payment gateway error, a confusing form field.
Those all sound annoying.
They are, and they can make people leave your site.
It's like having a broken door handle on your storefront.
Exactly, people can't get in.
That's a good way to put it.
So you need to regularly test your website,
And your checkout process.
especially on mobile.
Right, because more and more people are shopping on their phones.
It's all about making the experience smooth and enjoyable.
Removing any friction
Yes,
so people can easily say yes.
exactly. CRO is all about refining the user experience.
Guiding visitors toward their desired action.
That's what it's all about.
So we've talked about the strategies, the psychology, and the data behind CRO.
A lot of information.
It is, but now I want to know about the tools.
The tools.
Yeah, the tools that can actually help us put all of this into practice.
Right, you can have the best blueprint for a house, but you still need the right tools to build it.
Exactly. So what are the essential CRO tools that every website owner should be using?
Well, first and foremost, you have to have Google Analytics.
Google Analytics.
It's like the foundation of any good CRO strategy.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never really used it.
It's a must-have. It tracks everything. Page views, bounce rates, conversions, demographics.
Wow, so I can see how people are interacting with my website.
Exactly, and it's free.
Free. Okay, I'm sold. But what if you want something even more powerful?
Then you might want to look into Adobe Analytics.
Adobe Analytics, that sounds more advanced.
It is. It's an enterprise-level solution.
So Google Analytics for beginners, Adobe Analytics for the pros.
You got it. But then there are tools that go beyond just analytics.
Like what?
Things that help you actually build better landing pages and automate your marketing.
Okay.
HubSpot is a great all-in-one platform.
HubSpot. I've heard that name before.
It has everything: A/B testing, landing page builders, email automation.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's like a Swiss Army knife for marketers.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
But what if you want tools that are specifically focused on CRO?
There are some great ones out there. Like Instapage is a great landing page builder.
Instapage for creating high-converting pages.
Exactly. WisePops is great for pop-ups and overlays.
Those can be annoying, but they can be effective if done right.
Exactly. And then there's Full Story.
Full Story.
It's the session replay tool.
Session replay.
It lets you see exactly how users interact with your site.
Oh, that's cool.
Like you're watching over their shoulder, you can see where they get stuck.
Or what they're most interested in.
Exactly. And don't forget about getting feedback directly from your users.
How do you do that?
Tools like SurveyMonkey and Hotjar.
I've used SurveyMonkey before.
They're great for surveys, polls, heat maps, and session recordings.
So you can actually see what people are doing on your website and get their feedback on it.
Exactly. And many of these tools have free trials.
Oh, nice.
So you can try them before you buy them. But remember, tools are just tools.
You still need to know what you're doing.
Exactly. They can help, but they can't replace a deep understanding of your audience.
And a commitment to creating a great user experience.
You got it. CRO is all about people, understanding their needs, their motivations.
Creating an experience that they actually enjoy.
Exactly. It's not just about boosting numbers.
It's about making a positive impact.
Yes. Making it easier for people to find what they need.
And achieve their goals.
That's what makes CRO so rewarding.
Well said. So what's the most important thing you want our listeners to remember about CRO?
I think the key takeaway is that CRO is a journey.
A journey.
Not a destination.
Do you mean?
It's an ongoing process. You're constantly testing and learning.
And adapting.
Exactly.
So it's not about finding a quick fix.
No.
It's about committing to the process.
And being patient.
Yeah.
Even small improvements can add up over time.
So don't be afraid to experiment. Try new things. And most importantly, focus on your users.
You got it. If you do that, you'll be well on your way to CRO success.
Great advice. This has been another fantastic deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, and happy converting.
Thanks for tuning in. That's it for this episode of Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fiverr. I hope you are leaving with fresh ideas and strategies to take your marketing and your conversions to the next level. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening. Until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.